special guest with me tonight, and that is winner senior Wyatt Turnquist. And Wyatt, I can see that you're chewing gum. I always have to ask questions about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, wrestling season just around the corner. How much did you eat yesterday?
Definitely more than I should have.
Yeah?
But no regret.
What kind of weight class are you looking at this year? We've seen you at 126 in previous years and a little bit lower than that. What are you expecting to be at this year?
So for the first tournament, I plan on going 132. I walked around about 145 this summer, but I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. If the weight's easy, we'll see. But maybe 126 after Christmas. We'll just have to see. Feel it out.
I want to get right to the point here. A couple weeks ago, I noticed that you signed the dotted line, and you're going to continue your wrestling career at Northern State. Tell me, what was the impetus to get you off to Northern State? What was the kind of the final decision that sent you to become a Wolf?
I mean, it was a difficult process. It was a hard decision, but I felt like the coaching staff and the direction in which Northern's going was probably the best fit for me. I mean, I have friends there already, so. It was difficult, but I definitely feel like I made the right decision. So.
Okay, so I'm kind of a basketball guy, but out of the corner of my eye, my periphery, I'm seeing some guys like Caden Lamar from Tri-Valley, I think signed with Northern State, and also somewhere on my Facebook, somebody popped up from Lennox that is going to be going to Northern State. Tell me about like some of the incoming class. It looks to me like Northern State is putting together a pretty legit, pretty solid squad of incoming freshmen. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Kate and Michael actually signed to SCSU.
My bad.
Tyson Stabner from Lennox, he's one of my best friends. He signed just a couple weeks after me, or committed a couple weeks after me. So he's a stud. He's a state finalist. Got fourth last year, but he's gonna be right up there this year, and it'll be fun to get in the ring with him next year. So.
You've been at Winter now, your entire career, and you've had some pretty good training partners with you. Atlas, the last couple of years, was a guy that you could mix it up with, and Caden Keyser probably this year into next. How important is it for you to have like that guy that you can grapple with, scrap with every day in practice to help you improve and get better?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, like for example, Fargo this summer, and they're the top kid in South Dakota, so anytime you can get a good partner, it's perfect. And without a good partner, you wouldn't be hardly anywhere. So,
what kind of goals have you set for yourself this season? I know you don't have a state championship under your belt, and that certainly has to be something that you've got to be thinking about this year. Tell me about some of your goals this year.
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, I want to be a state champ, obviously. I want to be a region champ, but more importantly, I just want to have a lot of fun, score a lot of points this year, not have a lot of pressure on myself. So.
What has that winter wrestling program been like for you over there? Obviously, you came through the little kids program, and now you've got some rock solid coaches at the top. How important is it to you, and how much fun have you had being part of the winter wrestling program over there?
Well, it's awesome. I mean, since I've been a little kid, since I could hardly walk, I've been in that room watching people like Sid Bodies, Jake Dawkins, Sean Bice. I've always looked up to those guys, and it's kind of crazy to think that I'm one of those guys now, which is cool though.
One of the things that's really interesting for me is, your commitment to South Dakota wrestling. Over the last couple of years, I've seen you up in Fargo and wrestling some tournaments and stuff outside the state of South Dakota. How has that improved you? And I guess what's your commitment and feeling to be part of South Dakota wrestling?
I think if you want to be the best, you got to wrestle every chance you get. So, I mean, those are kind of the opportunities you can't pass up on. You got to do that if you want to be the best. You got to wrestle with the best, and they provide those kind of opportunities for me. And I honestly wouldn't be where I am right now without them. So. Speaking
of the best, during the summertime, I often see you like hanging around the Polar Bear. You're like on Nash Hutmaker up there. You guys seem to be pretty good friends. Tell me a little bit about that friendship, and what is Nash Hutmaker like as a human being, somebody about your age?
Nash is awesome. I mean, it's kind of a weird friendship. He's huge, and I'm small, but he's nothing like his personality is not like his size. He's just a big teddy bear. I mean, it wouldn't hurt a fly. It wouldn't hurt a fly. He's awesome.
I guess we talk about South Dakota wrestling and some of the great wrestlers that have come from this state. I mean, where do you see him ranking, like in terms of the all-time great wrestlers from South Dakota? And a match like he had in the finals last year. that's got to bring a lot of interest to South Dakota wrestling. And just how big of a player is Nash Hutmaker in South Dakota wrestling?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, he obviously has already established a name for himself. He's a Fargo champ, finalist this year in the junior division. It's huge. I mean, everybody knows who Nash Hutmaker is, so that brings a lot of attention to South Dakota, which is good.
Tell me one more thing. Obviously, you ran cross country the last couple of years, and you went to the state cross country meet. You said it was kind of a surprise to you, but you were named academic all-state for cross country this year. So tell me a little bit about academics and what you plan to study at Northern State.
So right now the plan is I'm gonna go into education. I don't know if it's gonna be secondary or elementary yet, but I want to do that because obviously I want to be a coach, and I've always liked helping kids. But academics is just one of those things you got to do it. So.
Well, Mr. Wyatt Turnquist, I want to wish you just to have a great season out this year. I'm going to be following you all season long on Winter Warriors Live. Go out there, kick some butt, and we are rooting for you to bring that state title home to Winter.
Thank you.
Peace, young man. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
You too.
All right.